The hunting party had tracked the human colony ship for 6 cycles. 6 long, tedious cycles through the outer fringe, where navigation was a nightmare and sensor ghosts made every veteran pilot question their sanity. Commander Vek'thar flexed his primary mandibles, feeling the satisfying click as they locked into combat position. This was going to be easy. Humans were soft, weak, barely capable of defending their own worlds. The intelligence reports said so. The coalition briefings confirmed it. Every tactical assessment agreed. Humans were prey. Sir, we've got movement in Sector 47, his tactical officer, Grenth, announced. The younger warrior's scales were still bright green, unmarked by battle scars. 3. No 4 signatures. Small craft, minimal armament. Vek'thar's throat sac inflated with anticipation. Survivors from the colony ship? Affirmative, Commander. They appear to be heading for the debris field near the 3rd moon. Perfect. The Kalrathi hunting doctrine was clear. Isolate, pursue, eliminate. These humans had fled into hostile territory, separated from their main fleet. They were alone, vulnerable, desperate. Everything a predator could want. Deploy hunting packs Alpha and Beta, Vek'thar ordered. Surround them, but do not engage immediately. Let them feel the fear first. Let them understand their situation. Grenth's claws tapped against his console. Commander, wouldn't it be more efficient to simply destroy them? Vek'thar's laugh was a wet, gurgling sound. Efficiency is for factory workers, Grenth. We are hunters. We are Kalrathi. The chase, the terror. The moment when prey realizes it has nowhere left to run, that is what makes us superior. The hunting packs moved into position, their sleek fighters cutting through the void like knives through flesh. Vek'thar watched the tactical display with growing satisfaction. The human craft were indeed heading for the debris field, probably hoping to hide among the wreckage. Stupid. Predictable. Typical human thinking. Sir, we're receiving a transmission, the communications officer announced. It's audio only, from one of the human craft. Let's hear it, Vek'thar said, settling back into his command throne. I want to hear them beg. The speakers crackled to life, and a human voice filled the bridge. Male, calm, almost amused. This is Lieutenant Marcus Webb of the Terran Defense Force to whatever rock-eating, scale-faced morons are following us. You've made a really bad choice today. Vek'thar's mandibles clicked in confusion. This wasn't fear. This wasn't desperation. This was, did he just insult us? Grenth asked, his scales flushing purple with indignation. The human voice continued. See, here's the thing about humans, fellas. We don't run because we're scared. We run because we're leading you somewhere specific. Somewhere educational. Cut the transmission, Vek'thar snapped. This is psychological warfare, crude attempts to unsettle us. It won't work. But something in his secondary stomach was churning uncomfortably. Hunting packs report they're maintaining pursuit, Grenth said. The humans have entered the debris field. Alpha Pack is moving to cut off their escape vector. Vek'thar leaned forward, studying the tactical display. The debris field was dense, full of destroyed ships from the old Crethean wars. Plenty of hiding spots, but also plenty of hazards. The humans were cornered, or were they? Sir, the sensor officer's voice was sharp with alarm. I'm detecting energy signatures throughout the debris field. Multiple sources. They're powering up. What? Vek'thar's claws dug into the armrests of his throne. Explain. The debris isn't debris, Commander. It's camouflaged. I'm reading weapon systems, shield, generators, and the officer's voice dropped to a horrified whisper. Sir, there are at least 40 human warships hidden in that field. The realization hit Vek'thar like a meteor strike to the skull. They weren't hunting humans. Humans were hunting them. All ships retreat. Emergency jump coordinates now. Vek'thar roared, but even as the words left his mouth, he knew it was too late. The debris field erupted with light. What had appeared to be shattered hulls and broken metal suddenly revealed itself as a perfectly coordinated ambush. Human destroyers, frigates, and something massive, something that made the sensor screen scream with power readings. That's That's a dreadnought, Grenth whispered. A Terran dreadnought. But they don't operate this far out, the intelligence said. The intelligence was wrong, Vek'thar screamed. Marcus Webb's voice returned, dripping with dark satisfaction. Surprise, gentlemen. Welcome to human space. Population, you're about to be casualties. The first volley from the human fleet tore through Alpha Pack like they were made of tissue paper. Vek'thar watched in horror as 8 Kalrathi fighters simply ceased to exist, vaporized by weapons that shouldn't have existed, fired by ships that shouldn't have been there. Beta Pack is engaging, Grenth shouted. There, sir, they're being torn apart. Vek'thar's mind raced. The Kalrathi were ambush hunters, yes, but they were also survivors. There had to be a way out. There always was. Target the dreadnought's engines, he ordered. If we can disable it, we can. The tactical display lit up with new contacts. More human ships, dropping out of faster-than-light travel right on top of them. Dozens of them. Hundreds. How many ships do these primitives have? Vek'thar demanded. More than us, apparently, Grenth said quietly. The human dreadnought fired again, and this time Vek'thar felt the impact through his own ship's hull. The shields held, barely, but the energy drain was catastrophic. Commander, we've lost 40% shield capacity, the engineering officer shrieked. Hull integrity at 73% and falling. Vek'thar's tactical mind was screaming at him. This was impossible. Humans didn't fight like this. They were supposed to be disorganized, emotional, reckless. Every battle report from the coalition said the same thing. Humans were individually dangerous but strategically incompetent. Whoever wrote those reports had never met these humans. Sir, incoming transmission from the dreadnought, the communications officer said. They're hailing us directly. Put it through, Vek'thar said. His voice sounded hollow even to his own ears. A new human voice emerged from the speakers. Female, older, with an edge that could cut through starship armor. This is Admiral Helena Reeves, of the TDF Unbreakable. To the Kalrathi commander, who thought hunting refugee ships was a good idea. Congratulations. You found us. Vek'thar's throat sac deflated completely. Reeves. Even the Kalrathi knew that name. The Butcher of Proxima. The woman who had held off an entire Creathian battle group, with nothing but 3 damaged cruisers and what the humans called stubbornness. Admiral, Vek'thar managed, forcing his voice to remain steady. This is a misunderstanding. We were conducting routine patrol operations when Reeves' laugh was sharp and utterly devoid of humor. Oh, please. We've been tracking your hunting party since you left Kalrathi space. We watched you stalk that colony ship. We listened to your communications. All that lovely chatter about isolating prey and savoring the hunt. Grenth looked at Vek'thar with wide, terrified eyes. They understood our language the entire time. So here's what's going to happen, Reeves continued, her tone shifting to something cold and precise. You're going to power down your weapons. You're going to drop your shields. And you're going to sit very, very still while we decide whether you're worth taking prisoner or just worth making an example of. Vek'thar's primary heart was hammering so hard. He thought it might rupture. Pride warred with survival instinct. The Kalrathi were proud warriors, descended from apex predators. They didn't surrender. But they also didn't die stupidly. And if we refuse? Vek'thar asked, already knowing the answer. Then Lieutenant Webb and his team stop playing bait, and we show you exactly why humans don't appreciate being hunted. As if on cue, the 4 small human craft that had led them into this nightmare suddenly accelerated. They weren't fleeing anymore, they were attacking. Impossible, Grenth breathed. Those are scout ships. They can't possibly. One of the human craft unleashed a missile barrage that turned a Kalrathi heavy fighter into an expanding cloud of superheated gas. The second craft disabled 2 more with precision beam weapons that somehow bypassed shield frequencies. The third and fourth worked in perfect coordination, weaving through Kalrathi fire like they were dancing. They're toying with us, Vek'thar realized. Those ships could have destroyed us at any time. Commander Beta Pack is requesting permission to retreat, Grenth said urgently. They've lost 60% of their fighters. Morale is collapsing. Vek'thar looked at the tactical display. His hunting party was being systematically dismantled by an enemy that had anticipated every move, countered every strategy, and turned his own tactics against him. The humans hadn't just won. They'd made it look effortless. All ships, stand down, Vek'thar ordered, his voice heavy with defeat. Power down weapons. Drop shields. Sir? Grant's voice was barely a whisper. We're hunters, not fools, Vek'thar said. And we just learned that humans are better predators than we ever were. The bridge fell silent as the Kalrathi ships complied. One by one weapon systems went dark. Shields collapsed. The proud hunting party that had departed Kalrathi space 6 cycles ago was now nothing more than helpless prey. Admiral Reeves' voice returned, and this time there was something almost educational in her tone. Here's a lesson for you, Commander. Humans spent 200,000 years being hunted on our homeworld. We were prey for everything with claws, fangs, or venom. We learned to be smarter, faster, more adaptable than anything trying to eat us. We learned to hunt the hunters. Vek'thar's mandibles clicked involuntarily. So when you decided to hunt human refugees, you weren't attacking prey. You were triggering instincts that go back to when our ancestors fought saber-toothed cats with nothing but rocks and spite. You made it personal. Lieutenant Webb's voice cut in, cheerful and absolutely terrifying. And humans are really good at holding grudges, fellas. Boarding craft began launching from the human fleet, moving toward the disabled Kalrathi ships with mechanical precision. You'll be treated according to interstellar law, Reeves said. Fed, sheltered, and eventually returned to Kalrathi space. But before you go, you're going to do something for us. What? Vek'thar asked. You're going to go home and tell everyone exactly what happened here. Tell them what happens when you hunt humans. Tell them that the prey fought back. Tell them that we won. The first human boarding team breached Vek'thar's ship. Armored soldiers moved through the corridors with frightening efficiency, securing every section without firing a single shot. Vek'thar looked at Grenth, saw his own horror reflected in the younger warrior's eyes. They planned this entire operation just to send a message, Vek'thar said quietly. The colony ship, the chase, everything. It was all bait. What kind of species does that? Grenth whispered. Vek'thar watched as human soldiers entered the bridge, weapons ready but controlled. The kind that spent millennia being hunted, he answered, and learned to become something worse.